Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It literally doesn't work without you guys. So ends another day. And you know what? I'm happy to get to this point every day because I've always looked at life from the standpoint of do as much as I can today because then it's something I don't have to do tomorrow. It sucks. I know that, we can't go to the movies or go to the game or go to the draft because we were planning on going to the draft. That we can't go hang out with our friends and stuff or have friends over. It's terrible. But we'll get through this. But here's the thing. I know that when I get here, that ends another day that we have now gotten behind us. And this marks 3 weeks that we've been hunkering down at my house. 3 weeks. I have literally not eaten a meal outside of my home I'm trying to remember the last time I actually went out and had something to eat. I think it was at Denny's when we first went to Deep Creek 3.5 weeks ago. That was the day after the NBA had canceled the season. That was the last meal I had that somebody else cooked at a restaurant. Wow. You get used to it. I know this is not the way we want to do things, but you get used to it. But here's the thing. If we all hunker down, forget about if your state is open or not open. Listen, take advantage of this time. Get to know your family again. Reconnect social media. You've got all kinds of tools that you can talk to people with. Study. Try and make yourself a better person. Hell, come up with a new idea and a new plan in life. Because once this thing's over, brother, sister, kids, we got a whole lot of work to do to catch up. So use this time wisely. So it's kind of quiet right now with the Cowboys. The last thing we had, of course, was Jerry Jones talking to, Jalen Hurts and starting that whole firestorm. And I believe it's kind of funny that that's the only interview that we've heard about. That's the only interview we've heard about. It's just funny that, a quarterback being the only interview that we've heard about. You know what I'm saying? Things don't happen by happenstance with the Dallas Cowboys. It seems like it's confusion, but it's organized confusion made to make you react. In the same way Rex Ryan says stuff like, he's a turd. Well, maybe it's time to flush Rex Ryan. Interesting thing, and it brought me back, is that Robert Quinn couldn't decide between Atlanta or the Bears. He didn't know which way to go. And so he flipped a coin, and he ended up getting the Bears. And it's funny because in life, there's always decisions that you have to make that will affect your life. You may not know it at the time when you're making these decisions, but sometimes one of those decisions can totally change your life path. Like, for example, being at a club and having too much to drink, and instead of saying, let me go ahead and call me an Uber, this is when we used to go out before social distancing, you instead decide to drive home and you end up killing somebody and destroying your life. That's one of those moments. But sometimes there's those that's a sneeze, not a cough. That's a sneeze, not a cough. Excuse me. I think I'm getting allergies because I'm hoping that's what it is. But there's times in your life that you have to make a decision, and you have no idea how it's going to affect your life. And it's funny because I had a situation like that. This is Mark Speaks, so if you don't want to hear a story, then go ahead. Feel free to turn off the camera right now or go on to another thing. But in high school, a lot of you guys will know that I will mess up a name, or when I have to read out loud something that it's not real good. I'm dyslexic. And back in my day, I'm so old that they didn't really know what dyslexia was and things like that. Basically, they would just say, well, you're just not that bright. And so they kind of pigeonholed you. They said, well, you ought to don't think about college. You're not doing that good in school. Don't worry about taking a foreign language. Don't worry about taking science and things like. You ought to look at working like vocational stuff and things. In which case you didn't get challenged in school. Funny thing is I took the SATs. I didn't really think that I was going to be going to college. But I took the SATs, and when I took them, at this time there was only math and English, vocabulary or whatever you want to call it. And I got 1140. And they were like, the fuck? How'd you get 1140? They thought I cheated. I took it again. I got a 1090. Okay. They were kind of like, wow. And so I didn't really plan on going to college. I tore up my knee. And so, schools were like, if you get accepted, you can try walk on. So I didn't think about college. And I just went ahead and I applied to Virginia Tech. And I applied to JMU. It's the only two schools I applied to. That was it. I just applied to them. And it turns out, without having taken a foreign language, without taking anything above Algebra 2, without taking anything above biology, I got accepted at both. I still to this day don't know how. And so what I did was, I took the two envelopes and I threw up the air and I grabbed one. And it was JMU. Which is good because it was closer to home. It wasn't that 4.5 hour ride as opposed to that 2 hour ride, which was good. It was a smaller school. And that's where I went. And the funny thing about something like this is I met my first wife at JMU, and I also met my second wife at JMU. Now, it took me for the second wife, like 25 years or so to finally, was it 25 years? Let me think. 84, when did we get married? 84. Damn. 30 years? No, it couldn't have been 30 years. No, wait. 84, 94, 20 years. It took me 20 years before we got together. After the first marriage, of course, was over. But yeah, I met both of those at college. And so you have to wonder, had I caught that other envelope, if I had went to Virginia Tech, would Michael and Michaela, they wouldn't exist now, would they? Because I wouldn't have been at JMU to have met my first wife, that's the mother of my kids. I would have probably had kids, but what would they be like? And had I not gone to JMU and went to Virginia Tech, because after tearing up my knee, I gave up football. The fire's going out. I need to change the tank. Damn. We out of gas. All right, I'm about to finish this out without a fire. Damn. I think the fire just got tired of listening to my story. But because I tore up my knee my senior year in high school, UVA, who was thinking about me, basically said, if you get accepted, well, you can walk on and try. I didn't think about football anymore. I was trying to run track and become a decathlete. And had I been at Virginia Tech, chances of me playing football at Virginia Tech versus JMU would have probably been slim and none. So you have to question, had that other choice happened, would I be sitting here talking with you guys now? That's the amazing thing about making a choice. There's so many choices that we make on a daily basis that literally affect our lives. And right now, every day, each of us are faced with one. A huge one that not only affects my life, your life, everybody's life. And that's by not taking precautions. That's by saying, this is fake news. This is a hoax. This is bullshit, man. It doesn't exist. It won't happen to me. Those decisions can truly change your life. Now, it's too early to tell, but it seems like in New York, and don't take this as, oh, we can start going out and partying. But it seems like in New York, they're beginning to get people who are being released and going back home. In fact, a Twitter friend out there, her mother has been released from the hospital. Her father's still on a ventilator, but that's a start. That's a start. But as people are being released in the hospital, that's freeing up hospital beds for other people. And it seems like it's too early to tell because you need several days, but it seems like maybe they're getting closer to a peak. You think about where California was. California was like the new hotbed. California now has less than, say, Louisiana and some of these other states because they decided to do something different that affects everybody's life. So the best thing we can all do is avoid social contact. Keep that 6-foot distance. You go out, wear something over your face. Go to the store one time, get what you need, get the hell back. Keep your ass at home. And the sooner we all do this, the sooner this thing will go. Just think about it this way. You stay home for 2 weeks and don't have contact with other people, you know you're good. You're safe. You don't have it. And if we all do that for 2 weeks across the country, good. The ones that do have it, they get treated. The ones that don't, you're good. And that's how we get this thing done and over with. Don't wait for the government or somebody else to tell you what to do. Just do it. Keep your ass at home. And watch the Jobu Sports Report. I'm just going to turn out the lights because this party's over with because, well, ain't got no fire to turn out. It already left. I'll see you guys in the morning. Keep your ass at home. Have a great night and love all y'all.